So I'm not sure how long I'll be able to actually do this video. I don't have on my clothes, so I'm trying to keep this phone up, and it's kind of quiet. And oh, can't show you the other one. Please, right by my boobs. So, let's see. So, I'm not sure the last time I even made a video, but I'm now the mother of 3 boys and a wife. I don't know how this happened in any kind of way. And it's like I have so many doubts and so much fear. And I have reason for all of it. But it's like I try to put it in God's hands, and I pray about it, and I overthink everything, but I try to just let God lead me on the right path, because God knows best, and whatever path He does lead me on, I know it's the one that He made for me. So now that I am a mother and a wife, I need to make sure, for one, that I find an identity outside of that. I do not want to be one of those women who get caught up and stuck being a wife and a mother and doesn't have a life of her own. I don't want to be one of those women that if something happens, God forbid, and my husband cheats, or my husband, I don't know, does something fucking unforgivable, that if I leave him, that I won't be able to take care of myself financially. I only been married not even a week. Got married on Friday. It is Monday. So it's very fresh, very new. But with that title wife, it just, all these things forming in my head. Of course, I talked to my husband about it, and he's just like, nothing's changing. It's just, a legal thing, and also to show our commitment in front of God. And my thing is, I did not feel comfortable sinning. I know that sounds stupid, kind of, but I have 2 children. I have 3 kids out of wedlock, and laying next to a man who I wasn't married to just started to really get to me, and it started to make me feel really, really guilty and bad, and I felt like I was betraying God. And I know it's like, okay, you have a 10-year-old bitch, stop pretending to be a Christian. I'm not pretending. It's just that the older I get, and the more things that happen to me in life, I've turned to God, and I've noticed how much He has blessed me, and taught me so many lessons that at the time when I was learning those lessons, they were painful, and I just didn't understand. And after those lessons were over and I learned them, I'm like, okay, now I get it. So there has been a lot between me and my husband, as far as like women from his past coming out saying that they were in relationships, that they were having sex, and I had every reason to believe those women. They had screenshots, and so I'm believing them, because they using his same language, his same lingo. My husband talks very he always says miss and right, and that's they made sure they had that. But what I had to do was sit down. I couldn't ask anybody. I asked people for their advice, but I had to sit down and talk to myself. And I looked at those messages, and I looked at the times, and the times just did not match up. I'm looking at these messages, and they just made no sense. It's like stuff was deleted off of them, and it was made to look a certain way. Um, some of them were old and mixed with new. It's like it just didn't look right. Something I felt like he was lying about something, but it wasn't what they were saying. Turns out, because I was pregnant, he was playing spades and card games and going over one girl he dated in 2018, and she got too serious and she wanted to have a baby and get married after knowing each other for like a week. And he just was like, that's just made him uncomfortable. And then he found out she was sleeping with multiple men because she was desperate to get pregnant. So he stopped messing with her, but he wanted to continue to hang out with her family because they were fun. And he wanted to play spades, which is a card game, if you don't know. He wanted to play spades with them and drink drinks and eat, because he couldn't do that with his own, I guess. I don't know, but he liked to hang out with those people. And I got it, but I didn't get why I lied about it. I think what it was is that because I've watched my husband, I watched him. He does not know how to let people the fuck down. He does not know how to make people feel bad. Maybe his brothers, but when it comes to other people, I watched him sit there and walk in circles around shit that he wanted to say because he didn't want to hurt that person's feelings or something. And I think he misled that little girl. Not a little girl, she's a grown ass woman, but he misled her. And he didn't do it intentionally. He just did not want to hurt her. People can say I'm making excuses, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, I read the messages. I looked at the pictures. I did all of that. And I looked at her. I looked at her Facebook. It just didn't make sense. None of it. And like I said, I prayed on it. And I literally got married. And I have no idea how. After because God doesn't just give you answers like that, and it's not always just a straightforward answer. Sometimes it's just Him leading you. And I don't know if anyone's ever done something and not realized they're doing it or that they've done it. One day, me and my husband got up. This is before we got married, and we went out and we put a down payment, non-refundable down payment on a hall. Got a cake, non-refundable. And got a whole bunch of stuff for our wedding, which is June 18th, and we just got all this stuff, and it was just all non-refundable, and everything was non-refundable, and never seen that. You know, mostly when you book places, you have up until a certain amount of time to get your money back. Everything was non-refundable, and we didn't find out until after we paid. Then, as far as us getting married on Friday, it wasn't planned. It was just like, I talked to my therapist, and I had to let her, she was telling me how I needed to express my feelings about everything, and I was just letting him know, like, I really did not want to get a hall and all that other stuff and spend all that extra money that we really didn't have because I'm not working. And he took time off to help me with the kids because I had to have a C-section, which was extremely painful, definitely worse than the first, and I need his help. I need his help with the kids and with the sleep deprivation. I'm not only worried about myself but him as well, because with this one, when he went to work with this one, he was about 2 months, and he went to work and he was sleep deprived, and one day he literally just could not get up. I know people do it every day, but not everybody is the same. Everybody's body is built the same, and what? This one is frustrating. Very, very frustrating because he does not want anything. I'm holding the baby and he wants me to hold him, and he is a huge boy. And Theo, stop and run, baby. But yeah, so I'm trying to make sure that the kids are getting at least a certain amount of sleep, that we're getting a certain amount of sleep before he goes back to work, because he'll be doing security. But along with that, he has to get a whole bunch of other things. So we have to wait for all that stuff to come through. But if we need to go to work, if he needs to go to work before that, he will. He does not want me. I mean, he wants me to go to work and be happy and all that stuff, but he's just making it known that if I go to work, he's going to go to work too. Because if I can work, then he can. And he's like, I'm the one with the stomach issues, I'm the one with the anxiety attacks, and I'm the one that just had a C-section. I had gallstone surgery like 9 months before that, and I had a C-section. No, I had gallbladder surgery like I had. Let's see. Basically, I'm gonna run down my surgeries all in less than a year, I think. So, January 13th, 2020, I had a C-section. I want to say it was May 25th, I had my gallbladder removed, and then June 30th, I had to go back. They had to go back in and take out a gallstone and place some type of stent. Then in March 3rd, 21, I had another very difficult C-section, and something happened in there. Something ripped, and they had to put some type of mesh thing in there because I was bleeding. And you know, I've had 3 surgeries, 2 major abdominal surgeries in less than a year. So, oh, and in the time frame of 15 months, almost 15 months, less than 2 years, I've had 2 major abdominal surgeries. I've been pregnant for what seems like 2 years. So he's more looking at me like he wants me to make sure my body is right. Before I got pregnant, before I had the kids, before the surgery,